Okay, let's unpack this. So today we're diving into something a bit different. We've got a live transcript from a daily morning thing called a forest walk.
Yeah, but it's not just someone rambling about trees, is it? It sounds much more like a kind of structured wellness session almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's led by this guy known as the Tree Man. And what the transcript shows is that this daily routine, which seems really spontaneous, is actually this precise three-part ritual.
Right, designed to give, mental clarity, some practical life advice, and connect this community he's built, even people joining online.
So our mission here is to sort of pull apart that structure. How does this guy, Marcus Joseph, that's the Tree Man, how does he manage to link that digital connection with this, really deep physical grounding in nature?
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. This guide, Marcus Joseph, he's primarily a professional jazz musician, plays alto sax. And he's a spoken word artist, too. Yeah, he's got an album out, Beyond the Dome. You can find it on, all the streaming platforms. So this isn't just some local nature enthusiast. He's an active artist, weaving wellness right into his professional life.
That's the really fascinating bit, isn't it? The contrast. You have this person achieving what he calls glorious rising out in the woods. But the day before, according to the transcript, he was navigating the corporate world. He mentions attending an AI workshop thing at the Salesforce Tower in London.
That's the friction, right? And maybe the lesson, how does he bridge those two worlds? I mean, obviously he uses the forest to sort of recover and recharge.
Sure.
But it seems he also uses that clarity to fuel his art and handle the pressures of being a working musician. And now he's back home, grounded. This isn't London, it's the East Midlands in the UK.
Okay.
Described as this beautiful, kind of lesser-known forest area near Nottingham, Leicester, Derby Way.
He seems to use the walk itself as a tool, doesn't he? Actively checking in with his online community.
Constantly asking if they're blessed or stressed. He's aiming for what he calls T balance.
T-D balance.
Yeah, seems pretty clear it means total balance, finding that equilibrium between the fast modern life and the slow pace of nature.
It definitely creates engagement. He's not just broadcasting. He's taking the community's pulse.
And he gives this really direct mental health advice. Just walk in nature, at least once or twice a week. He even shares stories about listeners, like some who are disabled and can't physically be there, but they use the virtual walk to find some peace. It's about making it accessible.
And the walk itself, it has a goal, right? A destination.
Yes, it leads to a specific spot. The Infinite Affirmation Tree.
Okay, tell me about this tree.
Well, the symbolism is pretty powerful. It's actually a fallen oak tree.
Fallen, so dead.
No, that's the thing. He specifically says it's not dead. He describes it as being on its back, having a snooze. Still alive, still contributing to the wildlife, the insects, everything around it.
Wow, okay. That's quite a metaphor, isn't it? He's kind of forcing people to see value and resilience even in something that looks broken or static.
Exactly. If this fallen tree can still contribute, maybe you can too, even when you feel like you're resting or, failing, it reframes success. And when he gets to that spot, that's when the ritual, the three-step alignment process really kicks in.
Okay, step one is the poetry pill. Sounds intriguing.
It's a brilliant idea, actually. They're not just random poems. He calls them prescriptions and gets them from a place called the Poetry Pharmacy in London.
Right, I think I've heard of that. They give out poems for specific moods.
Yeah, exactly. Like needing a boost of confidence or maybe something called Be Original. On this day, the community chose the confidence one, the orange pill, apparently.
Okay, and the poem?
It's by R.S. Thomas. The key part he reads is about a traveler with the moon's halo above him, whom has arrived after long journeying, where he began catching this one truth by surprise, that there's everything to look forward to.
Arrived where he began.
That's interesting. It really is. Think about the therapeutic angle. He's prescribing this poem for confidence. The poem talks about journeying and returning, finding truth where you started. It clicks instantly with ideas of, awakening, realignment. Maybe realizing the answer wasn't somewhere else, but right here all along.
So it makes something abstract like confidence feel more concrete through the poem. Makes sense. What's next? After the poetry.
Then he moves straight into grounding. Step 2, the daily affirmation.
Right. Less poetic, more direct instruction.
Pretty much. The language shifts. The affirmation pushes the listener to be the calm center in any storm, and crucially, to be steady and grounded like an ancient oak tree.
So he's layering the metaphors. You're physically near this resilient fallen oak, and now you're affirming that you are like an oak. Your mind becomes a peaceful sanctuary.
Precisely. And the core belief he's trying to instill is serenity is your natural state of being. That's the whole point of this morning routine, it seems, cut through the noise to find that baseline calm. It's like running a daily software update for your mind or soul.
Okay, poetry for the mind, affirmation for grounding the self. What's the third step? You mentioned alignment.
Yes, this is where it gets more energetic, more physical, perhaps. The sound bowl session. He calls it the sample session.
Sample, like the food.
Huh, maybe. Or maybe just his name for it. But this seems like the most technical part. He's quite specific about the sound.
How so?
He says the sound is set at a frequency between 5 and 8 hertz.
5 to 8 hertz. Okay, that's really specific. That's theta brainwave territory, isn't it?
Exactly. That's the state between waking and sleeping, associated with deep meditation, flashes of insight, creativity. So he's not just hitting a bowl, he's using a specific frequency to essentially guide people's brainwaves towards deep conscious calm.
Wow. Okay. Acoustic technology in the woods.
Pretty much. And he says the purpose is to target and align the heart chakra specifically.
The heart chakra, typically linked to emotion, compassion, connection.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the usual understanding, yeah. So he's aiming to sort of set the emotional tone for the day, helping people operate from a place of love and grounded feeling, not just stress and reaction.
It's all very intentional.
Extremely. And the way he describes the sound itself is quite beautiful. He says, this sound is memory of who you were before the noise began.
That's powerful. A call to disconnect from the daily chaos, the AI workshops, the deadlines, and reconnect with something deeper, quieter.
It really elevates it from just a pleasant walk. It's a practice. And this practice connects directly to his community building beyond the daily virtual walk.
Right, he promotes other events too.
Yeah, he uses the platform to talk about this upcoming full-day experience, an extension of the morning ritual.
That's a call.
The Bang Bang Expression Walk, scheduled for November 16th, a Sunday. It takes all the elements further walking, proper meditation sessions, journaling time, breath work.
And the bang bang part sounds energetic.
It is. That ties back to him being a musician. It involves everyone playing percussion instruments together in a circle. He calls it bassing instruments making a sweet noise. So it's collective sound healing, communal art making.
Merging the ritual with performance.
Totally. And it finishes with a shared meal, keeping that close community feel. He limits the spots to only 11 people, so it stays intimate, matching the kind of personal connection he offers online.
And this all feeds back into his identity as an artist, doesn't it? It's not separate from his music.
Not at all. He was also mentioning his actual gigs playing at the South Bank Center on November 30th and another place called Earth the day before. Plus, he mentioned heading to a studio session in Hackney soon to record saxophone and spoken word. The forest walk seems like the fuel for all that creative work.
It's the engine.
Yeah. And you can see the community bond is strong in the transcript. He's greeting people by name, someone from Manchester, someone from Denmark. Gives a specific shout out to a listener, Orange Juice, who is finishing a night shift and going to bed, wishing them sweet dreams.
That personal touch makes a difference. They're not just listeners, they're participants, co-walkers.
Definitely. Highly engaged.
So, okay, let's try and synthesize this. What does it all mean? Our deep dive really shows how Marcus Joseph, this tree man, has taken something seemingly simple, a walk in the woods, and layered it into this, well, holistic structured session.
Right. Using curated tools like this poetry pills, specific sound frequencies targeting, theta brainwaves, these grounding affirmations. It all works together to ground him and his followers in the present, modeling that idea of being steady and grounded like an ancient oak tree.
It really highlights the power of intention, doesn't it, over just random spontaneity. He's created this daily reset, rooted in nature, but delivered through digital means, helping people clear their heads before facing, well, whatever their day holds.
Whether it's an AI workshop or just a stressful commute, a preparation.
And he always ends his walks, the transcript says, by telling people to smile, stretch, and laugh. He says laughter is one of the best medicines you can take. So considering the sheer level of structure and conscious thought here, the Hertz level, the specific poetry makes you wonder how many of our own daily habits, the things we do spontaneously, could actually benefit from that kind of deep conscious intention.
That's a great question. What element from the tree man's ritual, maybe the poetic focus or the sound grounding, or even just that specific community check-in, what piece could you consciously weave into your own routine today, to get a bit closer to that calm, natural state he's talking about?